and then they're trying to gank him, you just like stone hide and TP out.
Right.
And that's the power of the Predator here.
Yeah, it seems like it's understandable. Of course, if this is just game 1 of a best of 5, kind of a feeler game, you could say, but still, to see it picked up at the grand finals, clearly confidence is there that it's a good pick to be had. And
Empath and Rhapsody warded like at exactly the same time.
I wonder. So yeah, Courier's already coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a Rev Ward is on there for Rhapsody. Gonna try to counter this immediately, and that's a bit unfortunate for the Empath. But talk about being on the same page there. As there's the Rev Ward. So he uses it. Yep, there you go.
Oh, okay. And that is look what he did. The Rhapsody did right there is so smart.
Right.
Because they are playing. Oh. Okay. Feeding is a little bit less smart, I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to cost him his life in the end. So talk about defending the war. They don't defend it, but they will get the kill. And that's a bloodlust going the way of actually Kinesis, the one to pick it up when it's all said and done. But Wall, Geomancer, he's fine. Just some harassment.
But what I want to say was before the point, like the Rhapsody actually placed the Rev Ward inside of the medium camp.
Yep.
And they want to definitely block this medium camp because they realized, okay, you know, Legion side here, Vinicius, is playing this tri lane with Kinesis plus Empath plus Torture, which means that you want to basically just sit under your tower. Whenever you leave your tower, it's likely that you're going to die, especially against the Empath. With that wall, we've seen this before, I think. I think we saw it like against another team, if I'm not mistaken. But like with the Empath wall, like in this tri lane is just so dangerous to play against, right? It just puts you out of position. And actually, even the Rhapsody positioned or like rotated here, where they are going to, dual mid lane.
It's like why a Rhapsody Wild Soul, especially if they're trialing against you, it doesn't seem like it's going to accomplish a whole lot. So yeah, just like last game, once again, Colic on the Wild Soul is going to be kind of in a sacrificial lane, and they want to set up Midwinter on the Magnus to have a good start. Now rotations are already taking place. Empath headed towards the mid. Look at Rhapsody. Pew Pew doing what he does best, stacking some camps for the eventual farm there. Kraken bottom lane. He's going to take some good damage. Jenko able to buy the distance, though, with that charge, of course, so he is flying back to the mid lane. And more action continues. You got now Rhapsody taking some auto attacks, and we've turned now into a 2 versus 2 lane here in the middle.
Yeah, Rhapsody does need to be a little... Oh, backwards?
Uh-oh. Oh, my God. Wow. He almost died right there. The wall. Okay. Eating the tree. Midwinter's fine, but he's got to play very careful now, waiting for some more regen to come out.
Yeah, both teams actually playing with fire.
Bottom? Okay, well, Jenko, they eventually catch up to him behind the tier 1, and they do take out Kraken. So playing with fire, and in the end, no new gen wins that battle at least.
Yeah, and so Magnus actually bought an HP potion, and Empath instantly cancelled that with the wall. So that's actually pretty huge. And we see Kinesis rotating over. Kinesis taking the Magnus Q.
And this is what we're talking about, Dutch. Vinicius is just so good at playing aggressive into this team. Kinesis, okay, maybe that's a little too aggressive. Right there. Okay, I don't know about that one. Yeah, he stole the Q, but he's unable to use it effectively, so ends up giving up a kill there. That's not what you want to be doing.
So the initial thought was good. I feel like he didn't really think what, you know, he basically never expected to get that far, you know? Yeah. And this, I don't know what to do now. I just kind of error 404.
I did not expect to be on top of your tower. What's going on with this? Rhapsody? Nice wall there.
That's huge wall.
Kinesis coming in as well. And there's the lava surge from Kinesis. So Puppet Soul, credit for the kill. Some wolf time coming out. And Kinesis immediate response. Bottom lane, Kajenko again. Taking a ride, does Geomancer. Well placed, a Shell Surf. I mean, it's already 3-2 hero kills. We're just about hit 3 minutes into this game. It's no surprise here. Game number 1, Dutch. We got plenty of action.
Yeah, and we see the Kinesis actually rotating over again here. They are kind of leaving this Wild Soul in a 1v1 situation against Torture, which is fine for as long as the Geomancer doesn't like suddenly rotate over. And I love, by the way, look what Geomancer's doing. He's just gonna sacrifice himself to creeps with the bottle from Bubbles in his inventory. Okay. And he's basically not gonna lose any gold. He's just gonna port right back to the bottom lane with a full bottle. And instead of like walking all the way back and then having to TP back, this is way faster. So just good efficiency there. Actually, Magnus is in a little bit of trouble.
Magnus going in. That's because he knows support's coming. Speaking of Geomancer, Staccato stuns as well, but Geomancer late to come in, misses the stun with the dig, and Empath survives. So close call there. Another health potion pop by Magnus, though. Coming back to full life. So the action continues to be revolving around this mid lane. As I say that, Kraken once again hiding in the trees as he took some more pressure from just the solo bubbles currently. But yeah, only 4 minutes in, and it's just the action not showing any signs of subduing. You know, we haven't touched too much on the top lane. Now, because of this, how much attention is being brought to the middle, Wild Soul is having a great time up here now.
Oh, Kinesis.
And they would love a kill on Kinesis, but Wild Soul, I mean, I don't think he can.
Yes, he's slow.
Yeah, he can. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I underestimated big time.
And gank with that again, yeah. Yeah, so the Q, sorry, the ground pounds from the Wild Soul was like 150, 160 physical damage. And you can do that twice, basically, so it's 320 physical damage. And Geomancer dies once again, takes a short way back to the base. And Magnus gets his Q taken again, but funny thing is, right, like this is the mid lane right now kind of shows like how important rune control is in this situation, because the Magnus has a haste rune bottled up.
Somebody's dying here. Who's it going to be? Wild Soul go for the turn. No, it's not going to be enough. Well played by Torture. He does not take the tower aggro either, just using that impalement. Hit the chain reactions initially, and it is enough damage for the kill. That's a solo kill for Torture. That's big.
Yeah, and the ultimate specifically. Ultimate from Torture level 1 is super efficient. It's 20 mana per second for like 70 damage per second, which is just like a really efficient spell for like taking stacks and all that sort of stuff. But like, sorry, go back to the Magnus. Because he has that haste rune, Predator cannot really kill him. And he can just play as aggressive as he wants. If he does not have that haste rune, the Venomous Leap, the Q from the Predator, it actually restrains now for like up to 3 seconds. Which means that like, while you're restrained, you cannot actually use the Magnus Q. So being patient with that haste rune, realizing that like his haste rune is his advantage in this lane.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's really great to see, because it's instead of like you're just wasting it for like a kill or something, keeping it just provides you so much value. And actually, Predator might be in trouble here.
Look at the setup mid lane. Yeah, they've been setting up for a while, using the vision, or the darkness, I should say. There's the dig. It hits Empath. Predator off to the side. Is he going to actually go in? There are TPs jumping. He jumps on a Rhapsody. They do lose Empath. Those TPs, will they continue? It looks like it. Got a big fight brewing. There's a turn kill on a Rhapsody. They also take out the Geomancer. Now Bubbles. A little more difficult, of course, but he does not have a Shell Surf. He's going to have to kill field defensively here. Shell Surf in 5 seconds. Maybe. He doesn't even have the mana for it. No, he doesn't actually, but he's fine.
Magnus no kill.
Magnus back to the mid lane. The auto attacks, and Predator gets one more. Yes, he gets the kill. Just walks him down and eventually secures it. Vinicius definitely winning that exchange in the mid lane. Now, again, you always have to think about, well, where's Colic during all this? Well, he's free farming top lane, so there is that factor, but still a good fight for Vinicius.
Yeah, but they lost like an Empath and they got like 3 or 4 kills. And where like you had the Puppet Master and the what else did they have last game? The Zephyr against the Wild Soul. Just like, you know, whatever. Predator against the Wild Soul. I'd say Predator wins it every day. Like with that's carnivorous. It just tears through people in the late game if you just get some attack speed. And like the hero,
we can't forget about Empath too, right? There's a synergy there with the Predator.
True. And like the amazing lockdown that Kraken Ultimate provides these days.
Yeah.
Oh, mid lane.
Speaking of Empath, that's gonna be a Magnus Ultimate, but little did he know there was rotation coming in. Now Geomancer at least will finish off the Empath, so 1 for 1. But again, it's just action in the lane. It's essentially kind of a mini mid wars we got going on right here. Some force of Caldor right now. You got Janko, he'll charge and he'll be fine. But yeah, the action continues to be around this mid lane, the focal point, absolutely, on these two teams. But meanwhile, Torture, Sigma, He's certainly had a fantastic game. We saw that solo kill he had earlier on. He is 1-0-2, the top GPM right now at 425. And it looks like he is going to push this top tower. And so I got to ask Dutch, and Torture, a core hero, what is the expected, like what kind of item progression do you think we're going to see here?
Oh, actually, as they
catch him. Oh, Bubbles thought he had the timing, but great reaction by Sigma to get out.
Yep, well played. Like the teleport to the outer tower is of course half a second longer per tier. So 1 second longer for the tier 3 tower. So in general, if you TP within like a second of them TPing, you should be fine. And that was like literally on the edge. But yeah, sorry, Torture probably going for the gnomes, and my best guess is going for the Grim of Power right after that. Kinesis walking in like aggressively, very aggressively here.
Wildsoul's level 11. That's insane, by the way. 2 levels higher than anyone else in the game right now.
Yep.
Can't overlook that.
Yeah, but Wildsoul is very much like a Salomon, in the case that Wildsoul farms and soaks all the farm and farms. But Wildsoul needs to be 200 GPM higher than your opponent's carry if you want to basically be on equal footing, you know? So the Predator being basically around the same GPM mark. Oh.
Yeah, Magnus just definitely underestimating the damage output, not only with Predator, but obviously Empath support being there, kind of locking him down. And this is what we're talking about with Predator. It's like if you have heroes around the Predator that can keep people in place and allow for that damage to add up, then he will shred you.
Yeah, and it's specifically... Oh, actually, they might find the Wildsoul here. Yeah, if the Wildsoul doesn't like get out here, he might be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he wants it. Wildsoul, but he's pretty fast in that range form especially. Wildsoul has Boo nearby doing some assistance. Kinesis picking up the trees. He's in trouble. Do they stun this? Yes, they do. Easy stun. No chance now for Wildsoul to get out. The chase is successful. And another massive kill. But now mid lane, look at that Predator though. He's going to mitigate all this damage with the Stone Hide. And he just walks it off. That's another eruption that essentially is useless for mid-winter, unfortunately.
And in general, like, it's basically impossible to actually hit an eruption on a Predator. Unless you have like a PK and go in with like ultimate into stun, PK stun. But yeah, it's like the power of the Predator pick here. And what I mentioned before a couple of times is like the Venomous Leap from the Predator. It has a 3-second restrain at the moment. And that restrain means that is also why I love it this game. Magnus cannot Q, Bubbles cannot Q, and the Geomancer cannot dig. So, like, not only can they not escape, they also cannot use it defensively. Because all their... Oh, that's a very good kill again, but... all those abilities are, like, both their escape abilities and, like, their... setup/damage abilities.
Yeah.
So the Predator just knowing like who do... Here, look at Geomancer, right? Geomancer cannot dig out.
He just kind of runs around in circles, like what more can he do at that point? Yeah, that's like, massive.
Yeah, later on these guys will get voids, of course. And then like Predator cannot do as much. But for now... the Geomancer is like a slippery hero, but oh, Sigma might be in trouble.
Top lane, Kelfield, catching the Torturer. There's Magnus stunning in the follow-up. They do kill. That's a big bounty going the way. SRP is like, thank you very much. So certainly going to make use of that and finish the life brand, I believe, as a result. So yeah, the Torturer's been having a fantastic game. Of course, that'll slow him down slightly, though, as the GPM starts to go down.
Geomancer setting up.
Going up. Geomancer is setting up at the bottom. Do they have TPs? I think they just went top lane, so... We'll find out here shortly.
Yeah, I don't think they're fighting this. No, they're not. Sure.
No.
You're right, indeed. Bubbles teleported top, and Bubbles is their strongest hero right now, I would say. Because the Wildsoul, of course, has more GPM, but Wildsoul, like a lot of his farm is actually in this cleaver, and a cleaver doesn't really do much for you in a team fight. But the bubbles has to play quite careful still because of like heroes like this Kinesis being able to set up on something like a bubble so efficiently. And also something I don't think we touched upon too much is the well, I don't want to say new, but new-ish. Oh, Kinesis.
He dead. Maybe? Nope. Stun out. No way he gets away, right? No way he gets away. Oh, no. Kelfield's on cooldown. There's a lift. Kinesis is still running. He's got support now. You do not want to chase this too far. How far do they go? Dig in. They definitely want to chase this, but he's going to live. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Kinesis, so slippery, probably, especially with that lava surge himself. He's definitely making fantastic use of that, as you'd expect. But now mid lane, they're going to collapse. TP's coming in immediately. There's the Kelfield, but it's a little late. Torture got some positioning, and with the TP support, now they're looking to turn. Chain reactions will miss. And are they going to catch bubbles? They certainly are. There's the blow up. So he's so slippery, but if they do catch him just with one simple stun, then there's the follow-up damage. As you can see, that'll happen.
Yep, and like the rest of their supporting cast right now still needs to be so defensive still, because they just don't have the farm and the tools right now to really play super aggressive. And you know what Vinicius did really... Oh, top lane. Oh no, Kraken.
He is in melee form. Release the Kraken coming out. There's TP. There's protecting Melody, though. He'll eventually get hit, but, you know, mitigating plenty of damage. And you can tell the Legion side realized pretty quickly they were not going to get that kill, so they immediately retreat. Now, mid lane, Magnus, Midwinter, the struggles continue. He survives for now. Well, actually, TP's coming in there. It's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Empath. Goes inside. To get the kill on Magnus. Oh, he went a little too close. Now, Geomancer's in trouble. Torture is showing off some big damage here. They are underestimating what he's putting out. Yeah, gets a couple of kills when it's all said and done.
Yep, and another amazing ward here from the Empath, by the way, in the bottom left corner, which actually like blocks the Ancients completely and gives complete vision of the mid lane. Yeah. And even like the Congo area a little bit as well, so that's huge. But so what was it going about? Yeah, so Torture picking up the Dreamcatcher is of course like really quite good here. But they're just not really letting the enemy team get a lot, and I think a large part of this is the Legion team defending their towers. Like, think back of last 2 games, right? Early on, like Colleague or like Midwinter, they just pushed like 2 or 3 towers, and the supporting cast suddenly like got a huge spike of gold from that.
Yeah.
This game, every tower from Legion side is still up.
That's crazy, actually, yeah. Especially with a Wild Soul that's farming as he is.
And this means that Geomancer doesn't have any gold, like Rhapsody doesn't have anything to really you spend on like wards and red wards. The Magnus does not get his PK as fast. And sure, the Wild Soul is farming, but do you really care if you have like a Predator and an Empath?
No, yeah, and well, yeah, again, going more like the biggest difference too was that Pebbles, they prioritized farm in Midwinter, they got the PK at a really good timing. And then that opened up more space for the Wild Soul eventually to do his thing and then allow for split pushing, etc. But yeah, to what you're just saying right there, I mean, Magnus is still a little bit off that portal key. It's going to be a much lighter portal key than he would like to have. Only 230 gold per minute. Obviously, 5 deaths have really slowed him down. So eventually he's going to get it. But you already see the item progress on the other side. I mean, Torture is massive, as we talked about already. The Dreamcatcher, the Gnomes, Mana Boots. You got Predator. He's had that Thunderclaw now for a bit.
Yep.
And he's 2,300 gold saved up, by the way. So we're going to see something else pretty big from him.
I'm guessing it's going to be Hypercrown, because Hypercrown is just significantly better than a Thunderclaw, especially in team fights.
Yeah.
They're going Kongor with no lifesteal. That is bold, especially because look at this ward. They know.
Oh, true.
Like Predator Carnivorous does not work on Kongor. Probably a good thing, otherwise Kongor would die in like 10 hits.
Right. That'd be a little too strong. No, New Gen is a spot this, which again, they have the vision. If they are to come over here and address this, and we'll find out in a second. Going for Kinesis, no, he lava surged away, so he's good. Now, do they go for Kongor? They're grouping up. I mean, Predator's taking some good damage, as is Torture. They're kind of switching off on who's taking it, but here we go. Noah Nugent is coming in with the Team Smoke. We know a big fight's a brewing. Here we go, the initiation of the countdown. It hits Predator. Predator blows up immediately. Torture is caught out as well. The eruption's going to be right on top, and down goes Torture for technicality, mitigating some damage and charged out immediately though. But now Kraken with the Ancient Stack and Congress, a fight, a chaotic fight indeed. Kraken will eventually get run down though, and definitely a fight that the Hellborn team takes successfully. They did lose 2 in Geomancer and Bubbles, but now Empath is potentially going to be the final victim. Another stun hit, and yeah, there's the run down there. So to your point exactly, it was a risky Kongor in the first place.
I think they're also going to take the Kongor maybe here. Or is he just gonna... He was conflicted. You see that? You saw that? Oh! No way.
No way he avoids that. Oh, the lift. Okay, he's in trouble. Wow, gets blown up. What a play right there by Kinesis. And now he's going for Magnus, just chasing him away. Not only stops the Kongor steal, but solo kills the Wild Soul. And that should be the end of it. That was a hell of a play by Kinesis.
Meneley playing out of his mind right now. He's so clutch with his timings on the magma stuns. Like a couple of times as well. They've been trying to kill him, but just they are not able to. And instead of like that is absolutely huge. Not only is that a kill on the Wild Soul, he protects Kongor with that.
And they finished off.
Yeah, Predator bought something. I don't know what.
Nothing on him yet. Yeah, he definitely bought something. There's no buyback, right? No buybacks taking place.
Okay,
something's being delivered.
Yeah, it's a Warp Clef probably bought then. Because prior to like the Kongor kill there, Magnus basically physically walking into the Kraken there almost.
Close call.
But yeah, like Vinicius definitely keeping up the pressure, which is especially what you're supposed to do in this situation, and it's what is proved of like effective against this Thai team, right? So yeah, I think they definitely have learned from their earlier games, and I say the game plan that they set out for themselves, they're executing it very well. That's absolutely credit to them.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was the swing of momentum, the pendulum going back and forth right there, but stays in favor right now of Vinicius. So I will say that you got the couple of porta keys, though, on Magnus and Bubbles here on Noah Nugent's side. So, of course, those are very critical items, and they definitely give them a lot more firepower now in these fights. So you see Wild Soul a lot of exchange.
Oh, that's DD?
Okay, double damage, that's why. Yeah, they're going to go for top.
That's
top tier 2 push. Where do they go from here? It looks like maybe stop bottom there. Team Smoking. This could get interesting.
They know. They have wards.
They do. You're right. It's right there. It sees exactly what's going on. So just like on the other side, we're going to see a Kongor stop. At least the attempt at it. Here we go. Predator leading the front lines. Booba scouting. Empath inside. Oh, nice job with the Stone Skin right there. The Stone Heidi even to keep away from the stun. He shreds down Rhapsody. Kongor's barely alive. But Wild Soul had to respect them coming in. He's keeping the distance, though. And pass on a Bubbles a shell surf immediately. He gets out, trying to get some counter-warding in the process. Geomancer jumps in, going to help his teammate Wild Soul. The chase is on, though. Kinesis catches up with the Wild Soul. Double tap right coming up for Sigma. Why not get a third one as a team? And now they're going to steal Kongor. So this backfires on Noah Nugent, and Vinicius has total control now. Shell surf? Bubbles tried to snipe it, unable to do so. But yeah, this is the biggest lead by far now, and the token in hand.
Yep, and that is just a huge turn from them. And also, like, so what happened was while they were doing their own Kongor on the Legion side, right? Right before that, Meneley actually escaped the gank, and I was a bit curious, like, why Meneley on the Kinesis wasn't in that team fight at the Kongor, but that was because he actually smoked and teleported.
Mid-lane big fight, Sanking, or Magnus even.
Yeah.
Looks like Sanking, but Magnus eventually gets to just dive on top of him, and yeah, he is dead, so sorry, but to your point there.
Yeah, so like Meneley actually ported to the bottom tower with a smoke and ran all the way to the enemy Kongor. and place that ward in a position where it's not easily countered. And that is the reason why they have like this amazing vision here right now. And that is like thinking ahead, right? So you're doing your Kongor. That means that the enemy likely wants to respond with their Kongor, which means that if you already get a ward up, you get to basically set yourself up for an advantageous fight there. So it's, if nothing else, it's smart gameplay, and I absolutely love it. So I don't like it's. Yeah, I don't know who's calling the shots there, but yeah, good coordination.
Exactly, team effort, definitely deserving praise. I mean, this is one of those games. It would be so nice to have a graph because I'm sure it'd be pretty impressive to look at. It's like, yes, it's been a slight lead, a decent lead, if anything, for Vinicius around the 4,000 or 5,000 gold lead mark for a little bit, but after what we just saw right there, upwards of 17,000 now, it just skyrockets in their favor. And Predator shreds down the tier 2 tower. He has another 1,500 gold saved up. He just finished. He actually just gets his basher. Again, he still has that token as well on it. And they're just going to dive with this. Why not? They go into bubbles. A couple of auto attacks later. No chance to survive. Catches Geomancer. He digs and he gets away, but no life to work with. While this is all happening, by the way, Torture is being busy with Wild Soul and Rhapsody. Protect the Melody. No, they're pulling right there. Wild Soul going toe-to-toe. It ain't going to work. Sigma just 1 versus 2s. The Wild Soul, the Rhapsody. There's the vote to concede. Yeah, it's game 1 out of a best of 5. I was going to say, we're at that point of like, okay, do you just call it here and move on to the next game? I think so. And Vinicius, dominating performance on their part.
Yep, just very well laned, very well played.